Hey y'all, I am Hope at Crafty Hope and welcome to day 27 of ICAD. Now, ICAD stands for Index Card a Day. It is the brainchild of Tammy Garcia over at Daisy Yellow. And basically, the idea is to take an index card every day, a different card for the months of June and July, and do some mixed media art on them. Now, this is the 12th year that Tammy has had this challenge, and she has offered up some weekly themes and daily prompts to help you if you need them. They are not mandatory at all. As well, my friend Nina Fickett has mixed media ICAD prompts that she has out there to help spark your creative imagination. So, today's prompts, the one from Tammy at Daisy Yellow is plaid, and the one from Nina for the mixed media ICAD prompt is machine. Now, I thought for a minute about plaid, and just could not come up with anything that I felt would suit my interest today. But then the machine prompt from Nina, oh my gosh, sorry y'all. Because yesterday's prompt was hand stitching, I immediately thought of using my sewing machine for the machine prompt. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. Now, I did consider sewing on maybe some plaid fabric onto my card, but that just felt really busy for kind of my style, and I don't know. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm just not going to worry with the plaid today. I'll go with the sewing machine. So I start most of my cards to get over that fear of the blank page with some collage. But in addition, I am trying to work through a couple boxes of scraps that I have. The one you see there on the lower left is just one of them. I have two of them, and they're just pieces of little things. It's fabric and paper and gosh, I don't even know. I think I found a bead in there the other day. There's all kinds of stuff in these scrap boxes, and I'm trying to work my way through them without creating more scraps. So some of the stuff that I cut off, like here, that's going in the trash. I am not going to keep that. Normally, some of those things, if they were yummy enough, I would keep, but I can't. I have too many scraps. All right, so I just used an Oohoo glue stick to glue all of that down. I took a little bit of time to, I'm going to cut some of it out here in a second. I did pull out a couple things because I knew with the sewing machine I could maybe sew something onto the card. So I'm pulling out a couple of things that I thought would go through the sewing machine and add some interest on my card. So I've got that little stack there, and I took a few minutes to kind of think about what I wanted to do. I pulled out this ink. I'm not going to use it right now. Like I said, I thought for a lot longer than I needed to. And then grabbed my Liquitex Basics gesso, put a little down on my desk, and decided to just paint these like blobby squares onto my card just to kind of get over that hump. Put a little bit of white down. Normally gesso is not really supposed to be used as a paint. It is actually like a primer, or it's a medium and not so much a paint, but I use it as a paint all the time, y'all. So I'm getting these and decide to just run them across the card there. And do I dry it? No, I grabbed a Stabilo all pencil and graphite, and I am just kind of going around some of these circles, and some of them the pencil gets dragged through and scratches up that gesso, and it is fine. I am okay with all of that. And then I'm going to take this ink. It is is it Faber-Castell? No, who is it? Daler Rowney FW acrylic ink in Payne's Gray. So you saw I put a little in that palette, grabbed a fan brush, and I am making some splatters. That's been my jam lately with these cards. So now I'm going to go ahead and dry that card, and then I'm grabbing my handy dandy yogurt cup full of dried up instant coffee, and I reconstituted it a little with some water. And I'm going to go around just the edges to start with. I was trying to keep from doing any coffee splatter, but I'm not going to be able to resist it. So I'll go around all of these edges with that bit of coffee, and then I'm like, I give in right there, and I'm like, yeah, coffee splatter, I need it. So I coffee splatter this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and dry this again. Yeah. And then I decided I wanted a touch of color, not too much. And since I've done, I think, did I do blue yesterday? I did a blue green yesterday. I decided to grab this coral blush. It's not big on pink, y'all, but for some reason I really like this coral blush. And I put down a couple of little dash type things, and I am kind of pulling them out with some water. This is a technique I've kind of seen from Nicole Watson. I will put a link to her channel below. I definitely encourage you to check out Nicole's art. And I'm just kind of moving that. You see I didn't add any more of the paint other than those dashes. I'm just using the water to kind of pull that color out and move it around. I really like that. So I looked at it for far too long, and now I'm going to dry it. And this is a piece of sewing pattern, and then a couple pieces of lace. And again, these were just things that were in my scrap box. And I knew I wanted to take them to the sewing machine. So the sewing machine portion of this will not be on camera because that's just too hard to film right now. But I've decided to make this little stack. I grabbed a quote chip that says follow your heart. And I go to the sewing machine, and I did just a straight stitch around the card and then a zigzag stitch on top of my little stack of papers and lace there. And all of that excess thread that's kind of hanging off everything, I'm going to tuck underneath that little stack. Now I'm trying to decide on this layout, and I thought I was going to put the follow your heart below the stitching. I'm not. I'm going to put it above it. It just made more sense that way. And I'm using matte gel medium to stick everything down because this is kind of bulky stuff. I've got this whole stack of stitch stuff, and then those quote chips are kind of heavy. And I'm trying to make sure my thread stays behind there because, it's just going to stick down that way. And this is going to be it, y'all. I kept this as simple as I could, and I really like it. And that is probably what I need to do and not overthink things sometimes. So I hope you have a simply beautiful day today. Let me know if you have any questions. If you like this, make sure to give me a thumbs up and do hit that subscribe button. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.